Coming up on this week's episode of Seasonal Discussions, I'm joined in the studio by Gary Kemp from Doric Studios. We find out more about how Gary got started with Doric, how it's progressed over the years. We find out more about the design process, how his technology has improved over the years. If you want to find out more about Doric Studios or follow them on social media, the links to do so will be in the description below. While you're there, don't forget to give us a follow and a like and ring all the bells so you don't miss out when new content is posted. But for now, let's get on with this week's episode of Seasonal Discussions. Hello, we're back. It's another episode of Seasonal Discussions. I'm your host. My name's Chris. You know who that is by now. If you don't, then thanks for joining in and watching and listening to this one, I suppose. If you are new to the content, don't forget to click like, follow, subscribe, do all the things, click all the buttons. Be greatly appreciated. And if you're listening on Apple Podcast or Spotify or whatever, if you want to review us, great. If you don't, it's fine. We don't push. I'm not one for hassling people to do like Google reviews and stuff as they go. More importantly than following us, we would like you to connect and follow the studio guests that we have. And today's guest is as local and Doric as you could possibly hope to get, so much so that he named his business after it. It's Gary Kemp from Doric Studio. Gary, how's things, mate?
I feel like, no, bud.
There we go. Keep it going.
Keep straight in there with the Doric.
Was that like a conscious choice going? It's an Aberdeen-based thing. I hate to just call it Doric Studio.
Was it a conscious? Yes, it was. It was because the premise was Aberdeen sort of influenced and all that.
Aye.
And so there were some, going back 10 years, there were some other ideas that probably had the word granite in it or something like that, you know. But once it settled on Doric, it was like, that's it, it's going to be that.
Well, it's lended itself nice to like a standout visual for your logo and stuff as well. It kind of blends into a nice little thing. So you've said 10 years-ish. Is that roughly how long?
We were 9, so it says this is April, so we're 9 in April.
9 years.
Yeah.
And is this still full-time thing for you or just...
No, I work full-time. I work for Catoni Engineering full-time planner, but the Doric thing is it's on the side, and I think over the 10 years, it's kind of like, you know, it was a smaller part of my life when I started.
Aye.
And just over the years, it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's I'm lucky in my day job that I do get good flexibility to work remotely for a lot of the time and stuff. And they're all pretty supportive. In fact, my previous job as well, very supportive as well. So very lucky that way. So I'd keep it going.
Do you ever see it becoming that being a full-time thing, or do you think that would take away from it?
No, I'm not. I'm kind of not into pressure. So the idea of it having to pay the bills with it, I would pay very small bills right now. I don't even know if it would pay my phone bill. But
I was going to say.
So it would be it was never intended as that.
Yeah.
It was always just wanting to do something creative, something of my own, something that's just kind of fun.
Aye.
I don't ever want to kind of take the fun out of it, you know. So job's job. I mean, you know, potentially in the future it would be nice to do 4 days a week, maybe full-time job, and then another day doing this stuff. So,
Aye. How did it actually come about then? Because obviously a lot of people know what it is or maybe don't know what it is. Tell us a little bit more about Doric Studio, what it is you do and how it came about.
Sure. So I think, that would have been it launched in 2017, but it was actually 2016. I had not that long started in sort of the oil and gas kind of industry. I didn't go to uni till I was very old, like till I was 30. So this was so what was I then? I was in my mid-30s, not long graduated, first job. And I suppose, you know, I was thinking you know, a lot of spreadsheets and emails. You know, it's fine, it pays the bills, great. Don't want to kind of put that down.
Yeah.
Felt like I needed something more, and then one of the downturns came, so there was a lot of kind of redundancies and doom and gloom. So I literally sat in the office at work, and I just kind of go back into skating like a couple of years prior to that, and looking for something kind of creative, and it was kind of like a perfect storm of why don't I try to screen print designs onto skateboards?
Yeah.
Simple as that, you know. So wrote an email. Well, I wrote it all down, you know, kind of just to kind of thrash it out of what it is, and you know, and it was going to be all about local stuff, and you know, whether it was people, music, culture, whatever. And It's kind of broadly stayed the same, to be
Mhm.
honest, all that time. And so, yeah, it just kind of took a year to learn a little bit about screen printing,
Yeah.
social media, website, all that stuff. And then, yeah.
The fun aspects of starting a business
Ah,
that no one knows about until they get into it, I
no,
suppose.
you kind of, yeah, I know. Oh, there's so many. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I said, oh, I want to screen print on skateboards.
Hmm.
I only knew that because I knew that traditionally skateboards, screen printing was a traditional technique
Yeah.
to apply a graphic to a board, right? And t-shirts and stuff as well, obviously. But I didn't really know what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was at all. It was
Like,
like,
I know what it is.
yeah,
How do I do it?
I know what the end product is. And I made the mistake of telling everyone I was going to do this, So then when I found out what screen printing was, I was like, oh, right, this is going to be difficult, is it?
That whoops thought of,
Yeah.
oh no.
I told everyone now. So it's like, right, okay, I could fake molten death, varnish. That's quite extreme.
Into a canoe.
Learn a little bit, So yeah, I learned a bit of screen printing at Peacock Studio in town. Could do like one-to-one sessions and stuff. So that gave me a flavour of it. And then sort of 9 months later, it was like, right, I've got to kind of hit the button on it and just do it, So yeah.
So was it just primarily aimed originally with doing it onto boards? Because obviously it's not what you do now. You've got a massive range of stuff that you'll do now, which we'll get into shortly. But was boards the...
Yeah, it was boards then. Yeah, I mean, so I got back into skateboarding and that was the thing. And yeah, that was, to be honest, when we launched, we did have a t-shirt. It was just a logo t-shirt. Wasn't really on my mind.
Yeah.
Like clothing, at all wasn't thinking that. But things change and you kind of think, well, actually there's opportunity to, like you're finding an audience of people who aren't necessarily into skateboarding, and God bless all the people who aren't into skateboarding who bought boards anyway.
Yeah.
Just to hang on their wall and whatever. I mean, that was amazing. But yeah, we just kind of organically moved into more clothing, to be honest.
You get a lot of people asking as well, I would imagine, because it's just like, oh, you do this. Do you maybe think of doing this as well over the top? And that kind of leads you to go, maybe it would be worthwhile.
And I'm quite stubborn. So to be honest, every change at Doric has probably the seed has been sown 2 years prior.
Yeah.
And I've sort of went, no, I'm not doing that. No, I don't want to do that. And then I'm like, I let a little chink of light in. I go, oh, actually, yeah, fair enough. We'll do that. It's strange like that,
You must get a lot of repeat business, I would imagine, from those who are, buying it to use, who are paying for someone screen printed on a board to use. Obviously, boards go through a rather vigorous usage. Things are going to wear down over time. Things will start to get a bit of generalized wear and tear. I'd imagine you'll get a lot of those same people then coming back going,
well,
get another thing done.
I think that's probably true of the first, say, 5 years ish. I'll say that, we probably had a very small core of skaters that would buy boards from us to ride. And I mean small, I mean probably less than a dozen.
Yeah.
But the majority were people who either had an affiliation with skateboarding when they were younger, liked skateboarding but had never skateboarded, or sort of found us and liked it, and they bought the boards to hang, and collect them essentially, which is totally fine and amazing, really. How somebody would, put something on their wall that was, from your mind or whatever, it was quite very humbling. People would do that. So yeah, but our core kind of like repeat custom is amazing. It is made all for the clothing. That's unbelievable. People have come back time and again. Very lucky to have that.
I think it's the one thing we find a lot with Aberdeen, and a lot of the business people that we speak to in Aberdeen, is it's all about maintaining that repeat custom and having that. It's not about selling 100 things to 100 different people all the time, because it's pointless. It's the same as putting a video out and getting 1,000 views on it. It's like, great, but only one of those people might actually care about what I'm putting out. You want that core community of people who really care about the stuff that you're making.
I wasn't ever in it when I started. A lot of people would ask how it's going, and they would always sort of like ask it in terms of numbers. how much money have you made? How much have you sold? How many of them did you sell? And it was like, well, and you feel about that pressure. You're like, well, it's not really why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
But I was only interested in that kind of like, if 10 people really like it, that's better than 100 people. Like, just sort of, we could, I mean, our stuff is very niche. I get it, like, because it isn't massively translatable outside of Aberdeen.
Yeah.
So it's quite, so there's no scope really to like take over the world. And I never had that anyway, you know? So it was just totally fine. But those people that get it, they get it.
Yeah.
It's like they get the in-joke.
It's the people who care.
And they're just like you're part of some kind of club that knows it. And I like that. I think that's far better than, kind of generic. You could, you can Google t-shirts and you'll see a million designs that all look the same. And fair enough, people like that. But it's
not why you were doing it.
No.
We find a lot of that with us. People go, "Oh, you're very niche with your audience. It's all about Aberdeen businesses and Aberdeen people. You're never going to reach thousands." And I'm like, it's not the point of why we're doing it. It's not.
It's fine.
I mean, we don't do this.
The motivations are different.
Exactly.
People talk like, about success. But I think that's just like, well, like, what does it look like to you?
Yeah.
It's different to what it looks like to somebody else. They want I'm not interested in that facade of bullshit success. And, all that comes with it. I'd rather be honest with all of that. I'm never going to try to push this idea that we're something we're not.
I think you're a well-established brand in the city, and that to me makes such a difference, because if you talk to people in the skating community or even in other communities, like we spoke when we met recently down at the curated thing, which I'll get onto shortly, but when we had David Harris come in from Bonnie Golf, it's not something that you would naturally assume is going to be a Doric, a skate style thing, but he's local. Yeah. He has a local business. He knows and he supports local, and that makes such a difference.
Oh, yeah, totally. It's a weird kind of, I don't know, like, I think our customer, so years ago during COVID, I did a course. Now, you're supposed to do these courses before you start a business. Right?
There's a fun in that.
Which is like kind of, work out your brand identity and who your customer is and blah, all this stuff. Great stuff. Did the course during COVID because it was like,
it was COVID. There was nothing else to do.
But I found out, looking at who the customer was, it's me.
Yeah.
Right? It's, at the time it was 40-odd-year-old, approaching 50 now, but 40-odd-year-old, nostalgic, pop culture, local history, a little bit of streetwear, music. And it was like, well, it's me.
Yeah.
Right. So if I don't like it, I'm not doing it. And all those people, I look at the people that interact with them and stuff, and there's sort of a Venn diagram of like what they're into. And stuff, and it's but I didn't know that. I didn't like engineer it. It was just, that's what it is. And it's crazy how it's worked out.
But you've got a lot of connections to other sort of local things now as well. Like, so even you did the clothing design for Next stuff that's on behind us. Do you still get a lot of people coming to you looking for stuff as opposed to you coming up with little ideas? Do you get others coming to you for, hey, can you help us out with this kind of thing as well?
Yeah. There's two strands to that. Is one, people wanting to collaborate and do stuff, together, and then there's people who want to print stuff for them, which is actually a very different strand, and I've sort of dipped my toe into it a little bit this year. I could do it. Like, I could launch a separate company of screen printing t-shirts for people. But again, it's like, I lack the ambition, to be honest. I've got, it's in my back pocket for one day. If, if I lose my job or something like that, my day job, I've learned some skills the last 10 years that I can translate into something, into a job as such. So you get a lot of that regularly.
There's a nice local lot of people who are wanting to collaborate on other projects and put things together to go forward.
Particularly in the last year, two really like, and I would say as well, I mean, I don't do anything that I don't resonate with.
Yeah.
So, it wouldn't. I can't, I'm not going to name names of things.
Yeah.
I wouldn't work with, but I have to have some connection to it.
Yeah.
So we worked with the Belmont Cinema last year on T-shirts.
Mhm.
So the money went to them for fundraising to reopen. That's because, I was there on opening night of the Belmont.
Mhm.
Like I was at the quiz every week
Yeah.
for like years. So hundreds of films there. So I had a really a good connection there. Knew some of the people who are working on it. It's an easy decision.
Aye.
And really amazing to do. This year, what's this now? It's April. So as we're sitting here now, next week we'll be doing Fierce Beer.
Oh yeah, their
Beer
festival.
Right. So we were there last year. I mean, amazing that they invited me. I actually invited myself. That's a lot.
Sometimes that's what it takes.
I try to. I'm not normally like that, but I did try. Occasionally, I tried to be a little bit more bold.
Yeah.
If you don't ask, you don't get.
True.
I'm not trying to ask for too much, but sometimes I saw they were putting on an event at a music hall, and so I'm friendly with them. They've been really supportive over the years.
Yeah.
So I messaged with them saying, "Oh, is there any room for somebody that sells T-shirts there?" They're like, "Why? Do you know one?"
It's like, yeah, who can you point us towards?
Okay, I'll find somebody. But I went there, and I hadn't done an event in 2 years. I'd been at home with my old dog for a couple of years. So I just couldn't, didn't have the time or energy to leave her and stuff. So I think that was the first event I did in 2 years, and it was like overwhelming.
Yeah,
like amazing.
Yeah.
I forgot that people knew us. It's been weird. Because you're online selling stuff, you're on social media, but when you're not face to face for so long, you forget that connection. It was brilliant. So back this year, but we've collaborated on a T-shirt, which will be available then. So, and again, that's great. It's like a brilliant local company that do good things and are well
the two Daves have been well established. I think they've gone around things the right way for their brand. There are other breweries in the city that maybe don't have the same reputation that Fierce Beer does, but
definitely.
I think the two Daves have definitely gone about things the right way with that.
It's a great, it's a great company.
Aye.
So, but again, totally humbled that they would have me.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
It's a pretty cool looking T-shirt as well. I've seen the photos go up on the socials.
Yeah, really chuffed with it. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But
yeah. As most of the stuff, so the graphics and stuff that you come up with, is that all you, or is it a lot of back and forth?
I think it's interesting that when I first started, I thought, well, I'll do all the designs, So the first couple of designs were like Street Dreams one, Annie Lennox, the Plenty of Pop kind of bottle Bonaccord one, and I genuinely never heard of the word. Well, I'd heard the word collaborate.
Yeah,
but
I was aware of it.
The concept of it had never occurred to me that anyone would say to me, "Do you want to work on something?" It's like so that very quickly started. Paul Justin Honk, local artist, illustrator, Gabby, Small Stories. They were very early on collaborating on designs. So it was like, all right, I don't have to take on all that.
Yeah.
It's not all. It's a great vehicle for people to kind of do stuff with. So over the years, I've collaborated with a lot of different artists and designers, and then for the last few years, I've been, I've got a lot of ideas, lots of sort of briefs written for designs, and then work with certain people and try to change it up.
Yeah.
Sometimes somebody will just get in touch and say, "I've got this idea.
Yeah.
Do you want?" It's like,
is it something you'd be interested in making for us?
Yeah. It's cool to collaborate with them, and it's or I've found people who I've liked their style and approach and said, "I think this is, you'd be right, for this design or that design, But I think I'd say, 90% of them are my idea.
Yeah,
it's back to it has to resonate with me. Can't just be like churning out stuff.
Yes,
it's like it could be really good, but if it doesn't mean much to me, then.
It's not going to go further than
No,
that.
there's no passion, no interest in it for me. It's just like
You've definitely got some of the most unique designs that I think this city has ever seen. Do you ever, in your own head, how many times will you get an idea and you go, ha, no, that's never going to work?
oh well, all the time. I mean, like, probably like this year I've been pretty lazy. There's anything new yet. We've got stuff to do, but last year I did quite a few. One of them, like Planet of the Gapes, was like one
Yeah.
that, I mean, it was on my list for years. I was just like, no one's gonna like. So you're gonna have to have knowledge of Planet of the Apes,
Yeah.
the original, the ending, right, and explain that. The word gate,
I was going to say the word
Explain
gate's got to
that.
come in more.
the Northfield Tower. It's and it's like it's niche, but I was like really surprised, and like when we released it, it was like people really liked it.
Yeah.
It was one of our most, I mean, it's in our sort of top 4 probably popular ones. And it was the same with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Futrits.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Still my favorite.
we had that design for like about a year, kind of locked, but I tweaked a tiny bit of it. I've been looking at it for so long, I almost lost faith in it.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, because I can get quite bored because you're looking at something for so long.
Yeah.
You're just like, well, I'm over familiar with it now. So
Yeah.
when I released it, and we did a really cool video teaser, local guy, Jacob, graduate from Gray's, he worked with us. He wanted to use us. We get this quite a lot. Students use us for their coursework.
Yeah.
So they'll do stuff with a brand, just leave them to it. But employed him to do video work. So we did like a teaser trailer and stuff.
Yeah.
And people loved it. And it was
Yeah.
like, all right, okay. It's
It's like
I
when
was surprised. It's nice. You know?
it's like that constant repetition of a word. Eventually, the word loses meaning. It's the same when you're looking at a project or an idea. If you're looking at it hours after hours and you go, this makes no sense to me anymore.
No, you lose a bit of faith and confidence.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay. But at the same time, I don't think we've really, I don't know how many designs we've done, but we've not had many that have died a death.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2 that I still believe in,
Yeah.
but haven't really landed. It's like,
What's been the biggest surprise success then? The Futrits one, or has there been anything else where you've gone, I don't know how this will be received, but it's really taken off?
difficult to know. It's funny when you say that, like I try to think of stuff we've done, and I'm like, can't think of anything we've done. You know,
What have I made?
what have we actually done? I mean, I suppose, Planet of the Gapes is a surprise because it's like, I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I think I'm funny sometimes, and you know what? Like you're not really funny. you know,
You say it out loud and you're like, nope.
everybody thinks they've got a joke in them. You think, but yeah.
Is there anything that's gone the other way that you thought, right, this will probably go quite well, and it's just not had the reception you expected?
Yeah, I don't want to say it because it's work with artists and designers.
Yeah.
And there was one in particular that I won't mention it, but
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
I was not disappointed because it's like it's just a t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's not serious, you know. It's
Yeah.
drawings on stuff we wear. Same with the skateboards. It's a bit of wood.
Yeah.
It used to be a kid's toy, primarily.
Yeah.
It's a drawing, so it's not too serious. It's just,
I think there's a lot of business owners in the city could take away from that attitude, because there's a time where you have to accept that, like, look, this is just an idea.
absurd.
It's a thing. I'm trying. If it doesn't work, then oh well.
It's fine.
It's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. There's a lot worse things to worry about. And,
Aye.
You just, this is just back to just being fun.
Yeah.
That's all.
I think that's an important thing to take in as well, and a great focus that you've had into it, and that there's too many people will have a thing they love, skateboarding, whatever, and they'll go, right, I can make a business out of this. And then when it starts to lose its fun, and when it loses its fun, you lose your passion for doing it.
Goes, yeah.
And if the passion goes, the business isn't going to go with it.
I think see a lot of people, like, over that 10 years, I've seen so many businesses of all kinds come and go in Aberdeen, like exactly the same as me. Some solo trader, bedroom kind of business, as people might say. They might go to a market or two,
Yeah.
and then doesn't go their way. Done.
Yeah.
And you think, geez. And by the way, a lot of these people way more talent than I'll ever have. Honestly, like,
Yeah.
you know, they might have great products or whatever, you know, a good skill, and you're just like, just stick with it.
Yeah.
Just, you know, you've got to kind of push through a little bit
Yeah.
and accept that it's not instant gratification.
Mm-hmm.
It can take time and
Yeah.
energy, and yeah, you've just got to find the fun in it in the times that it's
Mm-hmm.
that you're not getting sales, you know, because don't get me wrong, it's great. It is actually really nice when you open your emails and you see order come in.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, but it's not. It can't be that all the time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just
Yeah. Constantly refreshing,
I don't
waiting.
do that anyway, but I
Aye.
try to find other ways to get fun, enjoyment from it, other
Yeah.
than just that, you know.
Must be a big thing for you seeing your product out in the real world as well.
Yeah,
Just seeing someone, especially if it's been like it's different, I suppose, if somebody has come and bought from you at a stall or something, you might go, oh yeah, I recognise them, they've bought this. But seeing just your stuff out in the wild.
The wild is fun. Yeah, I think, I'm not sure I've said to you before, that's like, recently, I stopped now and again from people, you know, and ask if I'm whatever, Mr. Doric, sometimes.
Hello, Mr. Studio.
Weird, you know, yeah. And I was crossing the road at a co-op up Rosemount, and there was a guy, I think his name was Chris.
With
and
me.
he like, I thought I was crossing it, and he stopped and he said, "Are you Mr. Doric?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he flashed his jacket open. And he's wearing a Doric, like it's the Northfield Tower or Slane's kind of one. And it was cool. It was really cool. It was like, you know, kind of. I don't mind saying it. Kind of made my night a little bit, you know.
As it should.
It was nice, you know. But I just thought it was funny that all the cars, they didn't hear the conversation. They just saw a guy flash me, and me look delighted. Like,
You're just glad he was wearing something.
Somebody definitely drove home. Said to their partner, "So this guy, like,
Just flashed him?
we loved it." Yeah,
That's a great little story for anyone walking home afterwards, being like, what?
yeah. What the hell?
Stopping traffic as it goes.
If it's not, but I must admit, to be honest, I used to get a bit embarrassed.
Yeah.
I saw people look at it. If I saw somebody walking towards me with a Doric hoodie on or t-shirt or whatever, I'd probably cross the road for some reason. I just didn't really want to. I don't know why. I just kind of don't know why I found it embarrassing. I suppose it's for the therapist to tease that one out of me of why. But I mean, I'm talking about fun and stuff, enjoying the fun. But I do have a problem with having fun. I don't take enough fun out of stuff at times. I have to work on it quite a bit to, you know, take some perspective and be like, this is great. Just living a dream, really. Yeah. You know, born in the right place at the right time to, you know, to good parents, like good things. You know?
Yeah.
Some folk don't have any of that, you know.
True.
Now when I'm sitting in my own studio, it's just like, it's actually crazy.
It's actually awesome.
It's mad. No, I don't need to do anything more.
Yeah.
You know, really.
We get like that sitting in here. It's just like every so often you'll look up and be like,
You've won.
wait, what?
Yeah, you've won.
How am I? I've gone from sitting at a computer in a cupboard in my bedroom, thinking about could I do this, could I do that, to now we've got a studio and an office space, and it's taken that time to just reflect on yourself and go, hang on, there's not. Do you find a lot of time for yourself outside? Because obviously with having a full-time job and having the studio as well, do you find that you have to kind of make time to just find that down period as well?
I think that's probably what I mean with the fun thing. I'm not making enough time to do other stuff. You know, have fun.
Yeah.
Probably thinking about it too much, you know, like, because you'll know doing this is that actually nothing ends. Yeah. There is an endless tasks to do. You could be, because you can be busy just being busy. Yeah. Just do stuff all the time. So
never stopping.
To do. And so you need to have a bit of kind of, you know, be like, right, I'm stopping at 4 or whatever it is, whatever day it is, and you're working, you go, I'm done now. Laptop's closed. Yeah. And I'm going to do something else. But yeah, I probably do find that quite difficult. But I am kind of working on that to try and enjoy things more. I think it's
trying to remind yourself that hobbies and outside of the work thing does exist.
Yeah, well, the problem with that is it's like when you're my age, and you grew up in a certain era, is that fun often equates, not saying it always does, but it often equates to like the pub.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, this past weekend is a 2-day market.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, on a Thursday night, I suggested going out.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I don't go out much at all.
Mm.
So it'd been months, I don't know, 6 months since I'd been out. So it was actually a terrible idea. 'Cause I didn't have that much to drink, but it's like
Does it take that much now?
2 days at a market. Like, whose idea was this? Mine.
Yeah. Well, you've mentioned there the market. Obviously, curated Aberdeen is a thing that's come back in lately, which is a great
Sure,
use
yeah.
of the space. How did you find that experience down
Yeah,
there?
really good. I've been lucky that the people that run, there's a small shop in same centre, Monaco Centre, Edit,
Yep.
which is primarily made up of artists from Doric Studios,
Yep.
Low and Tory. So I think they had been tasked by Bonaccord Centre, Charlie House, to revamp Curated Aberdeen. 'Cause
Yeah.
it declined over the years, just on sort of both on vendors, or we would call them, and people visiting to spend money. So Pete and his team at Edit did a cracking job, kind of, made it more compact,
Yeah.
Market, gallery, workshop.
Yeah.
Worked really hard, great sort of window display, all little things, they all matter, making a better atmosphere. And so it was good. It was there was a good buzz, a lot of people coming in just to kind of scope it out, I think,
Yeah.
but I think it's gonna need it's gonna need patience. It's gonna need people to just keep going, other vendors,
Yeah.
to not lose heart, because I've seen it before.
Yeah.
Markets, and folk turn up and I think they think, oh, footfall will look
Yeah.
after me. I'll just come and I'll stand and I'll
Yeah.
wait for customers. It's not going to work like that.
No.
You're really going to have to push it, and it's a collective effort of all these people talking about it, telling people about it, turning up when they're not attending.
Yeah.
Just as a show of sport, you don't have to spend money.
Yeah.
Because it makes such a difference, if you're standing there for 8 hours a day, I don't know, 8 hours a day, it's no work and doing a mine, I get that.
Aye.
But it can be a lonely thing standing behind your table with your kind of your heart and soul on display.
Aye.
And being
Be
judged.
mentally exhausting.
Yeah. It's just nice when people come and talk.
Aye.
I say that, don't have to spend money, but all that combined, everyone's going to have to kind of keep at it and really build momentum. And because the word of mouth will help.
Yeah.
It's done. I think that's what's happened to Edit, is they started out in School Hill, have moved into Bonaccord Centre, and have really built up this reputation and repeat customers, but it took a lot of effort.
Well, it didn't happen overnight for them.
No.
It had to be a big push, but there's still a lot of involvement with everyone from D-Mouth, as you say. It's everyone who's got products in that store takes their turn, as it is, to actually be in there and engage with people.
Does. I'm lucky. Again, sound like I'm quite pushy now, because this is the second time I've said I asked to be involved. I did. I knew a lot of them, And
Second time in 9 years, isn't it?
Honestly,
Pushy?
I'd struggle to think of any other time I've asked for anything, but I did, give them a nudge and say, any chance of stocking my stuff, and it's been brilliant for us, really. Really good. So I'm really chuffed, and I enjoy doing a shift there. I think it's really fun. Usually one shift a month, isn't it?
Yeah. Are you going to be carrying on with the curated stuff as well then yourself going forward?
Yeah, that I think that I think it's important that I don't go too often. Because familiarity, just for the people coming in to shop and see it, they don't want to see the same people all the time.
Yeah.
And so it's no good for me that either. So I think once a month is probably that's about my frequency there.
Yeah.
And then perhaps at Christmas time, it would be a great place to kind of be for a whole, I don't know, 1 or 2 weekends, whatever happens, could be a really good place for.
See, those kind of spaces are great for around those festive periods. It's just, it's baffling. I know some of the people who have been in when we were in at the weekend had like stalls at the Christmas market and stuff as well. And that, again, it's just that's the level of familiarity you want. It's things that you recognise but aren't in your face every single day of the week. Again, it's the big loss when we had when the actual indoor market went, as there was still
absolutely
nice little
I think
space.
By now I might have taken a space and like genuinely, like it might not have worked.
Yeah,
I think like having a platform for micro businesses, you know, 1-2 people businesses to just give it a go. Don't really have that. Oh, we don't have that actually.
No, I was going to say it's not even don't really. We just don't have it. Yeah,
it's not a thing, and so those markets are like priceless. The one year, the Christmas one with the sheds, chalet things. That's really cool. We've done that before. Thing now it doesn't quite suit us because we can't have like a rail of clothing accessible for people. You're kind of on a counter thing. But I thought it was pretty cool seeing it the way they did it this year or last year.
I am at Marshall Square.
Square. That was pretty good.
It's a nice variation to it. I think there's more the city could do with these kind of spaces that they've got available to them. I mean, again, Union Terrace Gardens would be a great example of having the same kind of shed style thing that they've got during the summer across the walkway bits. It would be. There's a lot of potential for things like that in the city centre.
There really is. I mean, you're right. You could see it all across on the concrete. You're not going to damage any of the grass or anything. You could just have them sporadically. Spread out. And there's loads of stuff to do like that. I'm never sure whether there's a cohesive kind of message or like momentum. I think there's a lot of smaller groups in the city that, within culture and arts and commercial. And I sometimes wonder if that mix is, I don't know, for everyone it isn't always quite right. But I don't know where I fit into that sometimes,
You're still at that sort of midway point of...
it's hard to find. I do find it hard to find markets and events that I feel like I'll fit in, because it is difficult. It's a lot of effort to go to them and set up and all that. And I kind of just do it for like 3 hours, so I've got to be careful. And
the time you put into getting actually everything there, like you say, getting it set up, it can't just be a rock up, be there for a couple of hours and away you go again.
So then you just chuck stuff on a table. I mean, I kind of do that, to be honest. But but that's only because I know. That's only a practice. That I'm doing that. But I would like, if curated, hopefully will fill that gap for me to give me somewhere when I want to go and physically, rock up to something out with events.
I think that's a great option for them. Like you say, it's taken in that middle ground for people who are maybe doing a business from home or whatever to have something tangible, somewhere where they can be, that they're out in the public eye all of a sudden.
Give it a go, because it's just, I know all these things, it's all sounds quite trite and stuff, cliched, but you do never know who's going to walk in and be your next customer. They might not buy you right there and then. And I've been down in the mouth at a few markets over years. I get that, where you're kind of like, God, this is a shove in.
It's like, I've been here for 6 hours, nobody's bought everything.
But you kind of have to just think, well, maybe that person who took a card will buy something. Otherwise, you'll just give up. What's the alternative?
Beat yourself around the head on a constant basis. You ever thought about, because I know there's some space, and I know there used to be anyway, but having like a setup down at like Transition Extreme or something where a lot of your... Because I suppose it'd be a lot of your core original kind of base would be... Maybe.
No, I mean, I think those customers have all moved on.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got any kind of... No, I don't think of any customers there.
Yeah?
No, don't think so. I did. So I used to sponsor every year. Transition's part of like a big competition. War of the Thistles skate competition, and I sponsored it from the very first year I started.
Yeah.
The last couple of years, it was like cash, so they could give out cash for tricks and stuff.
Yeah.
But I noticed last year, I wasn't asked. the poster went out
Yeah.
with sponsors on it. I wasn't asked, so I did give them a nudge, and they said, "Oh, we'll take your money if you want," sort of thing. And I thought, quite honestly, I thought it was pretty poor.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm not on the list now because this year it's always happening next month.
Yeah.
So I'm not on the list,
Oh well.
which is disappointing. I've contributed to dozens,
A lot
dozens
over the years.
of events and
Yeah.
fundraisers and stuff, both in cash and prizes.
Hmm.
So, but I think so. It's like you can't be pals with everybody.
No, true.
If your face doesn't fit for some audiences, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's totally fine because I don't like everyone either.
No, exactly.
Like,
Be a weird world if everybody got on with everybody all the time.
that.
Yeah.
It's it's that Marx Brothers thing of I don't want to be part of a club that would have me as their member.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm not going to say over the years it hasn't been difficult at times because it has, but I changed the name.
Yeah.
Doric Studio has helped. I
Yeah.
think me kind of mentally just shift into kind of where my kind of audience customers are.
Actually, it was Doric Skateboards, yeah. And you're based down at the Green? Studio?
No, we're Midstocket Road.
Midstocket, that's the one. I can't
Um,
forget. Honestly, my brain forgets what's at the Green and what
It's the
moved and what's
old,
everywhere else now.
It's an old what was it? It was the community. It was a community centre
Yeah.
for the church, I think, but they sold it. So a couple of years ago, I was lucky enough to broach the subject of renting a room there. It's full disclosure, full nepotism disclosure. It's my brother that owns the building, his business in the basement, in the ground floor. But it's not free.
No, I was going to say,
But I mean, I'm sure he could make more money than somebody else. But anyway,
yeah.
it was. When we started, we were in my loft.
Yeah.
Which is like obviously for the purpose of audio on this camera is useless me saying this, but it was half the size of this room.
Yeah.
The
The room's about 4 meters squared, so there you go.
So it wasn't big, but I had essentially room for like a table to screen print on.
Yeah.
Some boxes and stuff. But when we moved across there a couple of years ago, once you've got space, you move stuff into it.
Aye, then you need to fill that space.
Yeah. You suddenly just discover you're like, oh right, I've got an awful lot of stuff. Spread everything out. So
I've got room to maneuver and do things again.
I used to, when I was screen printing t-shirts before, I'd be like, I could just reach my hands to pick up this and put that there and print here. But now I'm like, should I put my phone down somewhere? Where's it gone?
Where's that gone?
Why is it? It's pathetic. It's like, it's way over there.
Yeah.
Jesus,
So obviously your space has improved and changed over time. How has your own equipment and technology changed over those years as well?
Massively, yeah. I think when I started on like t-shirts, for instance, was like 2019. I started printing t-shirts, like very small amount.
Yeah.
One color, and so we had a sort of like press that we'd bought from Amazon, sort of like, cheap and cheerful.
Did the job.
It did the job just.
Yeah.
I think during lockdown I bought a 4-screen kind of carousel thing.
Oh yeah.
Then I bought it from like Amazon. But I mean, if you it could make you give up.
Yeah.
Because it was so bad.
Okay.
It was very poorly constructed, and I got away with it for a while on that.
Yeah.
But it was difficult. But I think it was maybe like 3 years ago I bought a professional
Yeah.
bit of kit, and it's been kind of great. Like night and day.
Aye. It does make a difference to the kit.
Such a difference,
A lot of people will be like, oh, as long as you've got something that does the job. It's like, yes, to start with, maybe.
Fine.
But then once you start getting to this, it's a consistent thing that I really I want the quality of what I'm doing to reflect what I'm putting into it. You do need to spend a bit of money on them.
Yeah, because I think with screen print, I mean, I suppose part of the point of screen printing is this kind of, I mean, if people listening might not know what it is, but it is just essentially pushing ink through a mesh screen to create your design, right? You're burning a stencil of your design onto the screen so that the ink only goes through that area, right?
Yeah.
And so the point of all is repetition.
Yeah.
Right? So you would never use screen printing because you want to print 2 t-shirts.
Yeah.
Pointless. 20 t-shirts, 30 t-shirts, whatever you really is your minimum. But it should be consistent, and I think there's something that most people at screen print will tell themselves from the start, where they'll make mistakes, and it will be inconsistent, and they'll say, "Oh, but that's it's just part of the process." And it's good that they're all kind of individual. And I've told myself that.
Yeah.
Really deep down, I'm like,
it's unique. It's got its own little quirk.
That little bit of ink that's there that shouldn't be. I've got to tell people, jokingly say, well, it's a free bit of ink you got there, and it's unique.
It's a one of a kind.
Yeah, you really want that kind of repetition, the consistency.
Yeah, it shows consistency and it shows professionalism, I suppose, in what you're doing as well.
Yeah, it definitely does. But I'm not saying, I would. Yeah, I mean, you've got to learn.
Yeah,
and you put stuff out there. And if I was to look back, I'd probably, yeah. I mean, there's stuff I'd probably be like, oh God.
What did I do?
No,
why did I do that?
That would have become my t-shirt. T-shirts become my kind of wardrobe, basically. So
is that what tends to end up? If there's any duds in there, does that just go right? That's part of the personal collection now.
They're good for test printing. It's good. You always need someone to test print stuff on, so it's good to have. It's good to have duds. You need them. So,
keeps your own going.
I'm my wardrobe as well. My wardrobe is just kind of. I mean, nothing is not. I mean, I think I'm okay today. I don't think I've got ink on me today. Everything is just
splattered.
It gets everywhere. Part of the job.
Not a bad thing, I suppose. No. Well, obviously, you've mentioned there that there's the beer festival coming up. Is there anything else lined up for this year? Anything else that you've got on the horizon that you're looking forward to?
I think May 9th and 10th. I'm out at Doric Studios. They did their Christmas market, so this is going to be their summer market.
Yeah.
So they're hoping to kind of have food truck, coffee truck, and all the kind of. So I don't know. Again, if folk don't know, Doric Studios in Torry looks like an industrial unit.
Yeah,
is an industrial unit essentially, but it's a rabbit warren of creators from jewelry makers, print makers, all sorts of amazing stuff.
Artists, photographers, upholstery.
Yeah, people and some of them aren't on social media.
Yeah,
some of them are, but don't really push it. So it's quite good. You'll see stuff you never see. So a lot of them will be open. They'll be selling stuff, but they'll also you just be able to look at their stuff. And I'll be downstairs in the bit for some of the sort of wee market as well.
Yeah.
So I'll be there. And then later in the year, I think I'll do NEOS, which is that Northeast Open Studios.
Yeah.
So I've signed up for that. I've done that the last 2 years at studio. So I think this year I'm only doing it September for 2 days. So it'll be a 2-day.
Whereabouts is that one again?
So you base it in your studio.
Okay.
So it's like basically throughout the whole northeast of Scotland, people sign up to it. They produce a book that documents where everyone is, what they do, and then it's just a massive trail where people will go and visit all these studios. And these studios could be shed, loft, somebody's living room. It's really cool, kind of like see a cross range of stuff. So I've had good visitors there. Past couple of years, but I think I did quite a few days last couple of years. But I think this year I'm just going to do 2 days.
Yeah,
condense it.
A nice change for somebody going into like a shed in Fitty to then coming to you up at Midstocket.
Different, and it's, to be honest, like a lot of folk I think come just to look at a building and then have interest in buildings. I'm sure they do. I think some of them even said, they're just like, oh, hey, just can't look at this. So,
what to see inside this place?
Oh, I mean, look at this as well. But it's fair enough. It does look cool. So that'll be later in the year, and then who knows what else.
See what else pops up as you go. Any ideas in your head for new content or new items that you've got where you're like, I really want to put this together for this year? I know you said it's been a bit of a quieter start.
I mean, honestly, like my phone's full of, kind of like you think of someone.
Aye.
So I did go through a wee purge of my phone recently and wrote down kind of everything. So there's about 30 ideas there of stuff. I mean, 30 ideas, some of them will be shit.
Aye.
Some will be okay. We've got one lockdown, which is another mega fuckwit one. So that, if I can pull my finger out here, that'll be like end of May, and then someone else end of June.
Yeah.
And so on. Try and get a bit of momentum. I think that one idea is this kind of like, I'm kind of interested in the sort of lesser loved bits of Aberdeen.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of going for this sort of 7 wonders of Aberdeen, but not the beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
So it'll be photograph based designs actually. So it'll be Northfield Tower, Thistle Court, Broadford Works, things like that are just things I think are interesting to look at.
Aye.
It's easy. It's not easy, but I've seen 100 pictures of Marshall College. It's fine. Looks great. I know. It's the second biggest granite building in Europe. It's Gothic.
Great.
It's great. Love it. But
again,
I've seen it a million times. So again, if I do this and none of them sell or whatever, people don't like it, it's fine.
they'll be like, fine, Marshall College again.
They'll be like, what I said about Marshall College, I love it.
It's gorgeous.
Look at it,
There's a lot of hidden gems within Aberdeen that people don't realise are going around.
Yeah, I think just, I just have to look up now and again. I've got an Instagram account called Unseen Aberdeen, which I kind of sporadically document kind of lesser loved buildings and the nooks and crannies of the city, which I think are worth looking at.
There's a lot of that popping up now. There's a lot of different accounts that are doing so many different aspects of Aberdeen.
I know.
It's like it seemed to come out of nowhere as well. It's everyone, all of a sudden this hashtag of seen in the Dean came out of nowhere, and it's like, where the bloody hell did all these lot come from?
They're all kind of, I suppose it's part of that kind of explosion of like influencers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of happened over the last couple of years, I'd say. It's like, just went skyrocket.
I hate that term so much.
It's
so many of them try and get something for nothing.
So
it drives me on the bin.
I sort of like, I understand a lot of them will maybe do it from a kind of like a sort of maybe a well-meaning place, and they may well put a spotlight on things that other people don't know about. But I still think it's quite obnoxious at times, to be honest.
Some of them are. Freely admit that. Some of them are. I did one as part of a college project 2 years ago, where it was we had to create a social media account, start doing things from scratch, post everything up, and it was everyone had free reign to create whatever they wanted. And I thought, I'll do it to try and showcase some random bits of Aberdeen. Like one of them was on McCombie's Court, which again, so many people forget is a thing that exists. I miss the butchers that used to be in McCombie's Court. It was flopped in the back end. I like that that's now turned into the vintage game part as well. It's nice that there's little things coming back into it.
Yeah, I love that.
Apparently the old butchers is now being turned into something else. Someone has taken it on, taken on the unit, so there will be something in there. But again, it was just like what can I do that showcases Aberdeen? And now we do this instead, and you've obviously got a completely different way of promoting Aberdeen. But it's nice to see.
Oh, yeah, definitely. As I say, there's a lot of them. Yeah, they will shine a light on things. But I think it's the kind of like paid stuff that's difficult to believe the authenticity of it. You're like, well, I don't really know what the motivation is here. Is it money or what?
How many folk have you had reach out to you being like, if you give us a free sample, we'll do a review of your stuff for you?
Yeah, there are people that are like, basically, just summarize it as I'll wear your t-shirt, and I'll promote it, and it's like
it's like other people are already doing that thing.
It's fine. It's fine. Maybe my sort of morals need to be tested. Maybe somebody with like 1 million followers needs to hit me up and then
then about maybe.
probably. I think I'll burn it for listening.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Well, listen, Gary, thank you so much for coming in and chatting with us today, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure. And it's nice to know a bit more about Doric as a whole and how it's kind of evolved over the last few years, which is just awesome to see. Before we wrap it up, where can people find you online to keep up to date with everything happening with the studio?
Online, I mean, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, all of them in various levels of effort.
Various levels of consistency.
Yeah, website, Doric.studio.
Yeah. And folks can, obviously, like you say, if they've seen the designs they like, they can shop online with on the studio as well.
Doric.studio. They can go to Edit in town if they're like immediately want to get someone. T-shirts on the rack there. And if anyone wants to visit the studio, they can come along and
have a look.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, there you go, folks. If you want to come along and see the chaos that is a screen printing process business, get in contact, doric.studios@.co.uk.
Just Doric.studio.
Doric.studio, there you go. Find it online. And again, all the links to follow, subscribe, do all that stuff will be in the description down below this video as well. Thank you to everyone for watching and listening to this, however you've consumed it. Don't forget to follow on said platform, be it YouTube, Apple, Spotify. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, cool. Not sure how many people actually do that. If you're watching via the news bulletin that goes into the Chamber of Commerce, again, cool, thanks. Don't know how many people do that because I don't see the analytics of this stuff, which is great. We'll be back with another episode of Seasonal Discussions next Monday morning at 8 AM GMT with clips, highlights and all sorts posted throughout to our socials, shushers, throughout the week. You can tell I need another coffee. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.